Hi, today we're going to talk about the topographical test. If you choose to book with the experts, what we will do is when you come in, you'll need to bring two forms of ID. Usually that would be the passport and your driving license card. Other forms of ID are acceptable so long as in the end you bring two of them. One is for your proof of address and one is for photo ID. You'd need to bring photocopies of each one of them and the originals along with the fee. The fee currently, as of January 2013, is £50. That includes the training, the assessment, and you get the certificate straight away. The whole process will probably take you around 1 hour to 2 hours. I'd say maximum 2 hours. Usually people get it done within the hour, an hour and a half. But it's not about how long it takes you, it's that you actually get the job done and walk away with your topographical skills certificate. So quickly and without wasting too much time, I want to go through exactly what you're going to be faced with when you choose to book with us. Module 1, you're going to get three different points, you're going to get three different places, points of interest we call them, or street names, and then you have to use the London A to Z to look them up in the back and basically write down the relevant page number and the grid square for each one of those three. Once you've done that, that's your module 1 done and dusted. Then your module 2, you're going to do a short distance route plan. We're going to give you a starting point and a finishing point. You're going to have to use the A to Z to get from start to finish by any given route. It's up to you how you get there. You just use this A to Z to plan a route. Tell me where you're turning left and right, if there's a roundabout, etc. Is it first exit, second exit, so on and so forth. Same as your sat nav or your GPS would tell you. So that's for the short distance. And at the end of there, you will be asked to name the nearest station to the starting point and the nearest station to the finishing point. Station, we mean underground, overground, DLR, overground, underground, rail, whichever. Just the name of the station. You just write down simply the closest station to that area, that starting point, and the finishing point, you just write down the closest station to there. Once you've done that, that's your module 2 for the short distance. Then you've got a medium distance. Again, you will be planning a route from start to finish. We'll give you a starting point and a finishing point you're going to get from start to finish by any given route using the maps. And again, you'll be asked to name a station closest to the start and a station closest to the finish. In addition to that, you have to name all the postal districts, towns or localities which you travel through to get to your destination. So for example, if you was going from London Road to Fleet Street, you would start off driving through Barking. This is one of the ways of answering it, and it's probably the most easiest way. So the area that you'll see if you look on the map, the first area would be Barking. Then if you chose to use the A13, you'd be driving through Beckton. So Beckton's your next area that you drive through. Then you've got North Beckton if you're travelling along the A13. And then you've got Canning Town, so on and so forth. You're just choosing, picking off the names of the areas that you would drive through to get to Fleet Street. And that is your module 3 finished. For your module 4, quite simply doing the same thing again, but this time it's for a long distance. You'd be travelling outside of London, and hence you would have to use the Great Britain Road Atlas. Your starting point will be in London, your finishing point will be outside London, and you're going to have to plan a route. Same way you've been doing the past two modules, you're going to do the same thing here. After that, you'll have to again name the closest station to the start, closest station to the finish, and in addition to that, on this module, you'll be asked to be able to demonstrate a variety of routes that you could take to get to your destination. So if the road that you took was closed, looking at the map, which way would you go? Quite simply, it's not difficult and it's not a knowledge test in that respect. So you're just going to use the map and say, yeah, I'd go this way if that road was closed. So you have to be able to demonstrate that you've got topographical skills. When you finish those first 4 modules, you will be faced with a final module, module 5. That module is to be done without using any map. This is what you might call a knowledge test, and everybody will be asked to name the primary compass points, which way is north, south, east and west. You'll be given a cross where you have to label which one is north, south, east and west. Then with us, if you choose with us, we ask you to name a number of motorways which come off the M25. So a good thing is learn some motorways which come off the M25, then one of those questions may be around airports which are surrounded, well, in and around London. You know, which motorway would you take to get to this airport, or which direction from central London is this airport? I mean, you've only got what, Stansted, you've got Gatwick, you've got the City Airport, you've got Heathrow, and you've got Luton. They're the main ones, those 5. Just learn where they are in relation to the centre of London. Just draw across and just mark off. You know, you've got in the top right hand corner, you'd have Stansted up there. Bottom south way, you'd have your Gatwick there. Midway between east and obviously centre, you'd have your City Airport. West, you'd have your Heathrow, and your northeast, you'd have your Luton Airport. So those are the kind of things you'd be asked in the last module, the module 5. And in addition to that, you may be asked, well, you will be asked, which particular motorway you would use to reach a certain destination. So you need to know, and they're all based around the the main motorways which radiate off the M25. There's not a huge number of them, so this is the only thing where you would be tested on. So if you've got a bit of time, swat up on just your motorways which come off the M25 and where your airports are surrounded in relation to, you know, where they are in London, outside the M25. Draw across and just mark them off so you know which direction they're on. Once you've done that, you're going to get your certificate. Book with us. We'll guarantee to get you past the same day and you walk away with your topographical skills certificate. Booking with us guarantees you're going to get this under your belt. There's no question of it. If you don't get it done the same day, you can come the next day. If you don't get it done the next day, you can come the day after that. We don't charge you more. If everybody asks, what if I fail? Am I going to be charged more? Well, no, you're not going to be charged more. Quite simply, if you fail, you're not going to fail. You're not going to fail. Failing doesn't come into it. If you feel that, oh, maybe I won't be able to get through it, we leave that to us. As a minimum, if you can find your own home address in the London A to Z and then look it up on the map, we will guarantee to get you past, no matter what it takes. It doesn't matter which country you're from, what kind of learning ability you've got, as long as you can communicate in English and write your answers in English, that is the main thing. We're here to help you get through there. Spelling mistakes, don't worry about that. We've got a list of all the words that you'll need to use or you could end up using if you feel a bit shy. So we'll help you along the way. During the assessment, while you're doing that topographical test, if you're unsure about anything, you quite simply, as you would in a class, put your hand up and say, excuse me, I'm not sure about this. Am I answering this right? Or how should I be answering it? Or what exactly do you want from it? We'll explain it. And if you're not sure, we'll give you an example, we'll go through it again, and then you can get back down to business and answer that question. So there is no scope for failure. It's just you need to be prepared to learn when you come here. Some people haven't got an idea as to reading maps whatsoever. Some people come in here, you know, they've got a good knowledge of London. Practical and theory are 2 different things, but it helps and it's easy. The way we've designed our modules, it breaks you in at first. You know, to find out what page number is and what a grid reference is. Then you're going to do a short distance one. Then you do a really tricky one, which is the medium one. Then you do the long distance one. Then at the end, it's just the general knowledge questions. But don't worry about it. Don't waste time. Forget about London. You know, forget about looking on Googling. You know, who does the topographical test? There's hundreds of guys out there, and they'll charge you £25, but when you go there you'll be charged more. Then you'll get people who will say, oh, it's only £75. You'll go there and you'll be charged more. They'll say you need more training. With us, it's a straight £50 guaranteed service. You will book with us. If you book with us, you'll be guaranteed to get your topographical skills certificate the same day. Don't waste time, pick up the phone. Thank you.